Hey everyone, it's Equalfix, bet you couldn't tell, because I'm disguised by cheap animation. I've been sitting in this recording bedroom. It's my bedroom, I'm cheap like that, and I've been doing this for about an hour where I've been, you know, sitting in here going, how do I explain in words what K-pop Demon Hunter is? And then how do I explain in words what this movie actually is? Like, I mean, seriously, this movie is absolute chaos. That's not even a joke. I'm sure by this point, any of you watching this video have heard everything about this movie, or you've seen movie reviews before about this. But if you haven't, there's a lot of spoilers in this, and I know because people always are going to say, "You spoiled the movie for me." Yeah, okay, don't watch the video then. Or wait to watch the video till after you've seen this. So I'd first like to talk about characters because I feel like there's a huge issue with characters in K-pop Demon Hunters. It's not really about the designs or, anything else. It's more about their actual personalities, their characters, their backstory, who they are. I mean, we really only know anything about Rumi and Jinu. I mean, we can tell their personalities like, I mean, sort of, from, like, how they react and do stuff in the movie. Mostly from Mira and Zoe, we can kind of infer who they are. But we don't have that with any of the other Saja boys. I mean, there's four other Saja boys, not just Genu. There's Abby, Baby, Mystery, and Romance, and we know nothing about any of them. I mean, the most we get out of any of those four is Baby, and that's just that he's a rapper and that he's got that deep voice, even though he looks like he's doesn't have a deep voice. I don't know, but it's just strange. I don't know how to feel about it. But it's like they had more stuff about who they were and they cut it from the movie. This runtime for this movie is about an hour and a half. And we don't know anything about the four Saja boys. We barely know anything about Zoe and Mira's past. It's just kind of hinted but never talked about. I mean, we hear that Zoe was Mira was a wild child, and that Zoe lived in the States, which I don't know. That may be something with PTSD. You know, living in the States is just horrifying. Trust me, I know. And it's hinted at and it's talked about, but no one ever dives into it. It's a loose thread, and I don't like it. It's not what you're supposed to do with characters. I'm sure there was something in the movie that got cut, or there was original stuff that got cut, and it just got some like stuff got left in the movie that was supposed to be more explained, but it just didn't. I don't know. There's so many loose threads with these characters. I mean, even Rumi, there's some stuff going on. Like, I mean, we don't know anything about her mother other than she was uh the demon hunter and Sunshine girl Sunshine sister. We don't really know anything about her mentor or about her past before Mira and Zoe. And it's most of the movie just kind of stays within like a period of, I don't know, maybe a couple weeks or a month. It's hard to tell. It doesn't really dive into the past very much, and I feel like it needs to. It just kind of doesn't. It Most of this runtime is jokes and singing and all this kind of stuff, which for this movie makes a lot of sense. But we need to know about these characters. I don't know anything about the majority of these characters. I mean, Bobby is was I mean, it makes sense that we don't know much about him because he's not a very big part of the plot. He's just kind of one of those characters that were like, Slay Queen! And that's about it. And I mean, same thing goes with the doctor dude. It's just kind of like, okay, yeah, you can stare into our souls and give us plot points, but what else do you do? Nothing. Also, I feel like nobody talks about this, but I mean, why is there a white tiger, following them around? I get it's probably because, animal comedic effect. I mean, this scene right here hits hard. I mean, this was the most hilarious thing. And I didn't see that from the movie originally. I saw it from a YouTube clip, like most of us. But it's just, I find it absolutely hilarious. I mean, we don't learn anything about him or the crow dude. All we just get is that they're messengers of some sort, and that's about it. They were there for one comedic scene, and that's about it. Maybe two. I don't understand who these guys are at all. It's just weird. There's a lot of plot points that they don't touch on, or character points that they don't touch on. I mean, Rumi's dad also. I kind of feel like that's left in the wind. They're just like, she's half demon. We're not going to talk about her dad, which is fine. But they're also not going to talk about her mother, really, at all until like the ending. They're also not going to talk about her mentor, I think actually, and it's just kind of left towards the ending. And there's that one scene. It's like very strange. The whole movie is very strange. I mean, there's some character development. Don't get me wrong, there's character development, especially with Rumi. Rumi's character was done well. Jinu's character was done well. No one else's character was done well, and it bothers me. I know this critique is like one of my only critiques. A lot of this movie was really well made, but the characters are a huge part of a movie. They make the movie what it is. Even though you need plot, you also need good characters, and you need to explain your characters. You can't just have stuff happening and be like, oh yes, these characters, they act like this just because. Or you give some random thing and then never explain it. This movie is bad about it. It bothers me, and I'm sure it's bothered other people. I've had conversations with people who've watched this movie and they're like, yeah, it's a little weird. Overall, do I think these characters are good and their personalities are well done? Yes. I mean, at least for Zoe and Mira and Rumi and Jinu. I don't know about any of the other Saja boys. Abby's personality, as far as I know, is Abs, and Baby's personality is basically just trying to clash with Zoe's personality, which is, the cute but savage rapper of a K-pop group. Next, I'd like to talk about the animation, which, it's an animated movie. You know it's going to come up eventually, and I'm no animation expert, as most of you can see. I'm very lazy about my stuff, and my drawing isn't even that good. But K-pop Demon Hunters has a very unique style of animation, or not unique, but the animation's done well. That's this summary. The summary of this section could basically be described as, I really like the animation, and hear me out, this animation is fire. But it uses components, so it's 3D animation. I bet you couldn't tell that from any of the clips, but it uses stuff similar to Turning Red, where it's like it's got traditional anime characteristics, and we can see that mostly through the weird faces that they have throughout the movie. This movie does not take itself seriously in some parts, and I think that's some of the best. It gives you some of the best stuff from these movies. I mean, same with Turning Red. It did not take itself seriously during some parts, and it does. The movie is like decently serious in some parts, but also in other parts, it really isn't. As you can tell from like the design of my character right now, I'm in Rumi's costume, and I've dyed my hair purple for the bit. Kind of, it's fading. Or sorry, it's a fade. I don't know. I did this all for you guys, so you'd be impressed. But Rumi's design throughout the movie is just really well done. I'm sure by this point, if you've seen anything of K-pop Demon Hunters, you know that all of the designs of, well, the Saja Boys and Huntrix are based off of real K-pop singers and real K-pop artists. I mean, except for Mystery. Mystery apparently is based off of anime characters, which we see from this clip right here, wherever he's got that tear sliding down his cheek, and it looks like we've all seen anime characters do. But I mean, we've seen those videos. I'm not gonna dive into the artists that they're based off of because I'm lazy and I didn't want to go research everything. And I'm not a big K-pop fan, so I don't know these people to begin with. But I mean, Mira, Zoe, and Rumi's designs are just they fit their characters so well. It's really well done. I think it does a good job of portraying their character through the design as well as through their character. Kind of, we had that whole entire talk about their characters, but not Mira, Rumi's design is just absolutely amazing. I love it. It's probably why I'm wearing her outfit right now from how it's done, or Yeah, no, how it's done. But Rumi's outfit, not outfit, her design in general, we see her patterns, which are basically Chloe tattooed things that tell you she's a demon. We see them grow and get more vibrant the further into the movie because, well, obviously for plot reasons, she's becoming more demonic or something, or she's hanging out more with boys. Ooh. But the movie does a really good job of showing through both of her character and her lines and everything that she's losing herself more and more or becoming more herself, depending on how you look at it. I mean, the design that she had in the end with one eye glowing and, her whole entire face covered in patterns, or not whole entire face, just most of it. And then with her voice being distorted and all of that, that design choice was some of the best design choices I've ever seen in an anime movie. I This movie's animation is not only extremely well done, but it fits the movie so well. It's unique to the movie. Wow, okay. Well, it's time now to talk about it. I know I've been avoiding it. It's time to talk about the music from K-pop Demon Hunters. Now, it's not a surprise that K-pop Demon Hunters is very music oriented. I mean, you could probably tell from the title, K-pop, Korean pop music, but the it's also the way they fight demons in this movie. Yeah, if you haven't seen the movie, then you are probably decently surprised by this. But they fight demons through music or their voices. I think, yeah, it's literally the first thing they said. But it's kind of the focus of the movie, like the not only for the fans, but these groups, the Soulja Boys and the Huntrix, they're very like they need to have good music so they have fans that are willing to come back, and it's some type of powerful thing going on. And I mean, I'm good. I'm not even going to discuss all the K-pop stuff that goes into it, like what style of K-pop everything was and all that. Because I did have a discussion with my leather master from when I was in Renaissance camp, and there's a lot of meaning and stuff to both the songs, Your Idol, Golden, like all of it. There's a certain style to it, and a style to the bands, especially the choreograph too. It's just everything is insanely well done. And I'm sure all of you have seen the fact that Golden, specifically the song, has now become like something like its own record or its old app. It's become its own thing, kind of. There's literal ads on it on YouTube Shorts, but I mean, these songs have invaded my playlist too. I'm sure some of you have heard these songs on repeat over and over and over and over again. Like, I mean, I'm gonna list the ones that are on my playlist because I feel like I need to, so everyone gets a view of what I think about these songs. I mean, I have Takedown, Soda Pop, How It's Done, Your Idol, and Golden, all on my playlist. And out of all those songs, I'm gonna get this out of the way now. My favorite song is Your Idol, and I just think the song is very well made. I love it. I think Golden is slightly overrated. Just my opinion. These songs they mean a lot to the characters, except for How It's Done. That song means absolutely nothing to any of them. It's just the opening song. I'm not going to discuss the songs that are more musical like, where like the ending song, This Is What It Looks Like, but every song in this movie was incredibly well made, and there's no way to describe just how well this is done. I mean, we can look at the billboards and stuff because I mean, Golden is number 6 on the Billboard Top 100, and Your Idol is number 2 on the Billboard 200 chart. This is both of these songs have surpassed real world K-pop groups, which is absolutely insane. The movie itself is, I think, number 1 on Netflix, which is it's something you don't see with both an animated kids movie, and I'm gonna say it's kids because it is like it's PG, it's animated in a very certain way. And I mean, even though most of the jokes are like, jokes that everyone can appreciate, it's targeted towards a younger audience, and that's kind of clear, but I would say that it has hit its audience. People who are not K-pop fans like myself, I'm not a huge K-pop fan. I mean, I'll listen to some K-pop music, but really not a huge fan. It's weird for me to say that I like this movie. It's just weird because I am not a K-pop fan. I've never been. I'm not really a manga or an anime fan either. It's just I know those things are different, by the way. I know it. I'm gonna hear people say it in the comments, but I know everything one of those things is different. It's just I don't really have a like affiliation to K-pop, so I wasn't going into this going, oh my gosh, I don't know BTS or something, and I'm gonna watch this movie because I love K-pop. It wasn't that. I watched this movie because people asked me to, and my thoughts on it were that the music was good. I may listen to more K-pop, and this may influence me to listen to more and not watch. But I've talked to multiple people who say that this has changed their opinion on K-pop music. I think that is a very important topic because I don't feel like a lot of movies can say that they've officially changed someone's perspective on a whole genre of music. I just find it insanely interesting. I'm sure that most of you have heard the music already, but if you haven't, go check out the music. Your Idol, Golden, Takedown, Soda Pop, and How It's Done are all incredibly well made. They are they further the plot, even though it doesn't look like. I mean, How It's Done doesn't further the plot. I recommend all 5 of these songs. There's more songs in there, obviously, but these are the 5 songs that I think were done the best, and these are the only 5 songs, to my knowledge, that were actually introduced as real songs in the movie. By which I mean, they're not songs that are just sung out of middle of nowhere. It's not like a musical type song. These are songs that are in world. It canon to the thing at canon to the movie as music. It's not just some random musical singing, and I know that movies like this have come out in the past, but it feels surreal to see it come back now and then to change people's opinion on everything. And I know this movie was like mostly made just for fun, but it's changed people's opinions on certain topics, especially genres of music. It's not a movie that means a whole lot to a whole lot of people, but it does well with what it's meant to be doing. As we wrap this video up, I would just like to say we're going to talk about my opinion on this movie. It's going to be a very quick section, so you can skip, but wouldn't you like to not skip? So, we've already heard a lot about my opinion on the movie, and the music, and the animation, and all that, but I would like to say overall, I think this movie is a good movie, and even if you're not a K-pop fan, I highly recommend going to watch it. Because it's well made, it's well done. The characters are a bit of a problem, and I've talked about that earlier, but for the most part, it's a good movie. My favorite part was the final 20 minutes whenever Mira and Zoe are singing Takedown against Rumi instead of Demons, or well, instead of the Saja Boys like the original plan was. It gives a whole new depth to the movie. Your Idol also does that too. It's a song that does very well into the scene. It gives off that like demon-esque feel, but also like the Pray For Me part was very well done. It's kind of also a diss to Golden. It's sung toward it also feels like it's sung towards Rumi especially, because it plays on her fears and what the manipulation that was done for her. It's just the ending was my favorite part. I think that it ended well. I think that Rumi destroying the Hunmoon was also a good touch. Rumi has her character arc. Like her character arc is like throughout the movie, but like those final 20 minutes is just her absolutely finding out what she wants. And I mean, even though Zoe and Mira have their whole entire "we're gonna go stab you," and Rumi's over here like, no, it kind of just runs off. There's redemption in everyone. Those are my opinions. I do recommend listening to the soundtrack for this movie. It's some of the best music I've heard from animated movies like this. I know that most of you have already heard this or seen the movie or done this, but if you haven't, I There's so much I haven't mentioned in this video that is in the movie. Just go watch it. Don't listen to a review video, just go watch the movie. You don't need to be watching a review video if you haven't seen the movie. I say that, I'm a liar, I'm a hypocrite. Wow, we've made it to the end of the video. I I've been sitting at this desk recording for, I got 2 hours? 2 hours, guys, 2 hours. And I have to say that this movie is good. Recommend it, go watch it. Thank you so much for watching this video. This is my first ever commentary video or movie review or any of this other stuff. I recommend going to watch my other videos if you liked this content. Even though I don't do commentary or movie reviews before this, it's still fun to go look at my other content and go, wow, Equal Fix is not good at making videos. Which, fair enough. This is my last little thing. I encourage everyone to go watch the movie, listen to the soundtrack. I've already said that 15 times. I'm gonna end this off by having 2 questions and a request. So, my first question is, what was your favorite character? I'd love to know in the comments. I think my favorite character was, well, probably Rumi. I really like Rumi. But, tell me if it was a Huntrix, tell me if it was Sasha Boy, tell me if it was Bobby, because one of you has to say it was Bobby. One of you will say that. And, I mean, my next question is, what was your favorite song? You've already heard that mine was Your Idol, but I want to hear everyone's opinion. Even though I do think Golden is slightly underrated. Sorry, not under, but overrated. And my request is, encourage me, because no one else does. Encourage me to make videos like this in the future by, at the very least, liking this video. It'd also be nice if you were to subscribe so that you could see me, spend 2 hours recording and even more hours editing a video just for you guys. Be very nice. Anyway, that's really all I have to say.